Bing bong, so simple. Ahem. Hello people, it's me, Lipluini, and we are back here to Gemot the Hologram's adventures in TNN of Dominion 6, my strategy let's play. And now we have early winter in the year 2 of the Ascension Wars. And since we are talking here from starting from year 0, that's actually the early winter of the 3rd year of the War of Ascension. Will Gem end up as goddess of music? We'll see. We have multiple interesting messages here. First, alteration is finished, so now Twilight comes online, and now we see if my crazy magic plan wins. Then just some guy who is crowned with wisdom, the invincible and ever has claimed the throne of life. Yeah, that's a lot of throne claimings going on in this game. Too bad they are all far away from us. I fear after we beat up Mekone we have to think about this very, very closely. Maybe we even leave giant nation of fire Muspelheim alone and turn on Vanheim. I'm not sure what to do right now. But we have a war to do. Our End of the Rainbow caster is still casting, and we had a battle in Kuna Errol, and then a battle at the fortress? Oh no, no he didn't. He did. He smashed his 16 giant hoplites into our army there. And while we lost a lot of slingers and some of our she-warriors, we lose 0 of our sacreds because they're completely unsupported. Well, I'm assuming they just ran forward into our bait and then got stuck where our 2 of us walked in and stabbed them in the back like the stupid assholes they are. But let's confirm. Battle view on. Yeah. Grid. Team color. A bit more details, please. Team color. Show combat round. Team colors. Let's see. The giants walk forward. And they are yellow. That's wonderful. Bright yellow on white ground. I can't see for shit. But they are giants. We are not, so it's still easy. We have fresh minty green. And here our units march forward, while our slingers try for some lucky hits with their shitty little stone throwers. Oh yes, that's of 0 points of damage. Oop, that was a lucky hit. Probably by one of the javelins. Chaos states here, and group blur, yeah. They're still trying group blurs because they can't use the stronger spells. And apparently the waiting means they're perfectly willing to group blur it up. Oh, they're switching to dark-skinned others. Huh. But they really love glow. Oh, my slingers run away. Yeah, now we have to recollect them. Oh, come back, you cowards. And the giants are now partially surrounded and keep stabbing and getting stabbed. But apparently they aren't doing much damage because they don't have all those weird magic ass powers to undo our super blurs. We don't even have that much defense skill here. Oh, that's a she-warrior. Whoops. Yeah, okay. Now I have one of our sacreds. Defense skill 22 and blur on top of it. It's no wonder that the poor giants can't hit them. They're like the dumbest assholes of the Dominion 6 world. I love it. Let's speed things up. Yeah, and giants die and die and die and die and die. Oh yes, the mage suddenly woke up. But it's too late. You routed the army completely. Well, the mage survived, but 14 rather expensive giants in turn 4. Well, let's see, those she-warriors are equivalent of, say, let's generous and say 2 to 2.5 giants. Those are like 2 giants, so we lost the equivalent of 5 giants for 14. Not too bad. And then the fortress, we lost the one slinger who stayed on with us. Half of the surviving she-warriors, and finally we lost some sacreds. So this defense of the fortress did 10 times better than the field army attacking us. I'm guessing because of these guys who did most of the damage. The Discobulus. They throw bronze discus, which does tons of damage, impressive, and has a little bit more range than our stone throwers. So I think Firework Slingers have... Oh yes, I keep forgetting, they are not 20 like in Dominions 5, but 30. And of course there are Fearborgs, which are probably stronger. It's possible I keep thinking of the weaker ones. But still, slightly less range, but the giant discus throwers. Oh, I love this. They are fairly good stats. Even less protection than our slingers, that's impressive. But they are also meaty as giants are. The only trouble I see with those is that as giants are probably too expensive to be easily massed. But if our friend Mekone sees this, he's probably starting to recruit as many of these guys as he can just to offset our rather annoying flying stone walls. But hey, maybe not. He's only sending infantry against us, at least with mage support, I guess. But holy shit, if he used those more, he could trouble me a lot, since a single lucky hit would immediately kill one of our sacreds. So if he had a shit ton of those just throwing giant discs at our front line, he could get lucky. Let's see this mess, this glorious mess of our troops getting slaughtered by athletes. Oh yeah, there, look at us, and mages. Of course, those poor giants walk out and get slaughtered, and then it's too late. We are inside. Now we have to climb to stab those big burly men to death. One after another, they die. Oh, that was a mage. Oh. Oop. And then they run away. Too bad they're in a fortress. This means they're deleted from the universe. Well, the auto defense is destroyed. And an enemy temple was destroyed. Bonus, because this happens automatically if you finally take a province or fortress. Enemy temples are destroyed and all the money you put in building it in the first place is also lost, so we got some bonus damage, which is useful, since all this here is not exactly something our enemy paid for. It was just automatically here, so our losses are basically 12-0 if you're honest, and it's only offset a little bit by destroying the enemy temple, and of course taking control of the fortress. A bit unexpected. Then we have events, Dragon Helmet gained, Arcane Laboratory, then we have the Faraway Sea, Unrest goes down, and Harvest is insane, 2.5 more money. The Faraway Sea is, oh, below water? But the income doesn't reach us. Whoops, okay, I'm guessing this has been completely a waste of time, that poor. Yes, magic goes on. Messages. And our fortress has now been broken, so things get interesting for next. This was just the beginning. So we now have this little fortification here. And it's called a city palisades. I'm guessing that's why it was made of stone. Normally palisades are made from wood. This upgrades to walled city, something we don't actually have. I mean, oh, I have some money left over. Can I build something? Oh, it's more expensive than our fortresses by a lot, but I can actually upgrade into this foreign thing called a walled city. Useful to know. I could build a temple if I wanted to, but with the enemy army here, that's probably a bit early. I don't want to waste the money in case he retakes it before I can mass enough troops to stop that many giants. I mean, we were incredibly lucky that he just walked into one of our main armies. Looks like I wouldn't need to have bothered. So now what? To my aunt's surprise, I guess those are possibly survivors, and here is one survivor from our troops. Hey, I can of course look this up. The battle in Kuna Eol, retreat details. 13 units, 6 of them retreated into friendly fort and 5 into other friendly. Oh, okay, so 11 of the survivors managed to get out, but they are now all over the place. And since they're so incredibly cheap, I don't think it would be useful to... Oh, fucking god, what... This one guy would slow down the others, so that's a no-go. But hey, apparently those guys showed up after the battle. Fuckers, eh? Hold and fire. Well, the army is a bit diminished. Our bait forces have taken a beating. Well, let's be nice to our poor she-lords and put our slingers a bit forward. And maybe our leaders down here, since that's a lot safer. This guy, the long-handed. So, decisions, strategic decisions. To my own surprise, he chose to go back to Tiersch and then stay there? Well, I'm guessing he will now reconsider, considering he now saw that my stupid asshole elves can actually defeat his giants and stayed up barrel, and they didn't even need any magic to do so. So if we now add magic to the mix to neutralize and counteract his mages, that should be another easy victory. But, well, maybe we get a nasty surprise instead. Anyway, he'll probably not walk back here. If he's staying here, he probably is trying to build a fortress here. Another one, maybe because they are important independent mages or something you want to recruit, and to protect his temple, of course. That's some investment. But since he stayed there and didn't move, we now have his fortress, and he is not in a position to now do anything about it. And we eliminated the small army he sent forward, so we now have options. Since the great battle up in Quedra will now be fought with the 2 armies I have in the theater, and we are too far away anyway, I can do some new stuff. So in one, when I'm thinking. Dumpty. What exactly is a dragon helmet? Oh yes, more moral, more fire resistance, dark vision. Okay, let's see if we can actually combine this with our dark vision. First, Foilas, who has some... he's crippled, but apparently crippled commanders don't die when they move. Need to know. No, did the poor guy die at some point? Because I remember faintly we had a... I guess Idle was one of the dead of one of our earlier skirmishes. Who should get it? Well, our hero here, since he has also a lot of extra... Oh, I keep forgetting to give this guy his dumb horse back. I'm the worst. The worst. Well, first take this helmet. Wait, I'm fucking stupid. Back. So, Dark Vision 50. Now add this helmet. Now let's see, does it have an effect? Dark Vision 100. So this means there are absolutely no penalties ever caused by darkness. And here's a better helmet than before, and therefore more protection. It's now up to an average of 17. More importantly, of course, almost everything is now covered. Remember the normal bronze armor my elves come with is a little bit leaky. Bronze scale cuirass is 9. and is a giant weak point compared to the shield and the helmet. So the combined average is 10 just because, well, bronze is not the best. Too bad that our elves have an iron allergy, I guess. And also, apparently, nothing we ever forge is made from iron. Or if there is some iron by in the magic bullshit, it's not enough to hurt them. Fire resistance 20. That's a lot. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot. He's also the army there. Since 20, but in his case just because he's awesome and from his fire magic, I suppose. Yeah, that's not so bad. That's at least 2 leaders, 3 with for our prophet. We'll have enough fire resistance to 15. Yeah, that's good. I keep forgetting how good the armor is I got gifted. So they are actually fairly well placed to survive fire mages. Not so our normal mages who have nothing. They didn't get any early game gifts, and also are not loved the long-handed, the most awesome guy in the universe. So here we are collecting some more. Here we are recruiting some more. The Re is ready next turn, and then we can switch to She-Lords again. Oh, yeah, that's stupid. Of course, I sent everyone away. So now I have to wait until the Re is there, so I can stuff those guys in there. Oh, I have a laboratory. So let's do something here. Curran, you can get your horse back, finally. You deserve this after this victory, this double victory. And since we now have a fortress here, we can recruit. Thanks to the 4, we can even recruit a Baoban Shi, or another assassin. That's useful to have. And then I can pull a bunch of slingers. 610. Oh, heaven. Do I have the power of recruiting She-Lords? She-Warriors? Yep, and they take a lot more. Whoops, okay. More slingers. Oops, recruitment points. They're the bane of my existence. So now I get some reinforcements right here. And you two guys can take the rest army. And, well, obviously we won't move into a province that could be attacked by a giant horde of giants anytime soon. But we can take Melmar again. And our army here can take the Dead Forest again. Yeah, he hasn't replaced the insane defenses that were put in place before. So those 2 provinces are ours next turn. And then another of his castles, fortresses, is under siege. He really should get moving. I would politely suggest to Mekona's player to leave some kind of token force behind, since giants are hard to crack if you're not evil super elves. And then get a move on, because next turn we are sitting right again here. And if he doesn't do anything, he's gonna lose the second fortress before he gets on the move, and at that point, hopefully we have reinforcements coming from this north. Alternatively, if he actually comes barreling in, the smart move would be to just retreat from Dead Forest and Melmar and concentrate forces again in Kronburg. Because in 2 turns then he would either be directly in front of us or sitting on his X4 again to lay siege to it. And in 2 turns, great battle next turn. The turn afterward, I pull the survivors into Dragonscale Mountains. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3 separate forces. We can all combine into one. And, well, Mekone could of course try to smash one of these forces. Let's see. Well, he hasn't acted very smartly until now. he really shouldn't have thrown those 16 poor bastards away and instead sent them into another province I haven't covered yet. Of course, this would have been led here. That would only be suboptimal anyways. I really can't explain it. I know he is still playing, so I have no idea. He can't possibly have thought he could win, couldn't he? Well, obviously he thought his giants were stronger than he thought they would be, or he would have moved that giant stack towards us more. But well, he knows now that our fuckers are kind of beefy, and maybe I keep on not taking that forest until the enemy armies are destroyed, because as you've seen, his dump castles make do more damage to us than his actual armies. And now it's on. This army is ready to rumble. And now we can go down here to Kimber Penton. And her first spell is now instead Twilight. Fatigue cost 100. In her case it's only 50. Oh, it's not too bad. For what the spell does, 100 fatigue is and only 3. Well, I guess it's because it has a small chance of not working at all. It is a gamble. And if it doesn't work out, then as we've seen, our normal mages will then instead try to group blur our normal units instead of using any of the small fry ephemeral bolts. To be fair, an ephemeral bolt is basically just a slight breeze to a giant. It does damage, but not that much, and it's still fake damage, vulnerable to all of our mages retreating or dying. So if this works out and the scripting functions as I think it will, 200%, and then we have 100% and 100%. Should work out. Twilight should take effect right after. Then they should be able to cast ephemeral blasts, and we are lucky here. While this spell is rather strange, as it is fake damage, you're basically dreaming your enemies to death. It has a nice area of effect, and it's the most important things, large range, so my mages don't have to walk forward to hit the enemy, and it's both armor negating, and the third point, it has really low fatigue for a spell like this. So if we get it to work, because the only drawback so far is needs level 3, and not all of our mages have to. Well, let's see. I mean, if I wanted to be really sure, I could just give those poor ladies and gentlemen some gems, because Ephemeral Blast is so easy to cast. A simple single gem would probably help. Hey, we can do this actually. Kimber Penton, please give your lady friend some gems. What? One gem. We wanted to look. And yes, a single gem, and they can cast Ephemeral Blast. And it's 10 fatigue, so it's not too bad either. Some of the spells you can cast this way have really high fatigue, so that's not always gonna work, but in case this doesn't work, we have a second option. We can use our stash of glamour gems to at least force 1 or 2 waves of ephemeral blasts out before we run out. Highly expensive, but it's an option in case we don't have a mage casting Twilight, or if we want to make really sure they cast it. But as I've seen in that earlier battle, having a large stack of sacreds is a lot of punch, and maybe it's already enough punch. And hey, maybe we are lucky and our flying horses kill 1 or 2 enemy mages instead of the battle turning so and then them running away really fast. But anyway, this army is ready to rumble, and this means we are attacking Quedra in an attempt to dislodge those guys. And of course, everyone except this guy Okay, now storm. First, of course, I alter the local scripting as needed. Positioning is interesting. Those guys in the middle, while our sacreds are long lines. Yep. The army here is even larger than our relief force. So that's fairly enough, I guess. And again, our super mage in the first front line has to instead use Twilight. Yeah, then some group blur spells everywhere. And again, let's be nice and give another of our mages sorry. Oh god. Of course, always after lunch that I have to do these turns. Let's see. We have some named ones here, except ourselves here, our captain of the 3 levels. Okay, those two. Avgallo. That is a name I can pronounce more easily. So Avgallo, you get one of the glamour gems. Yep, 1. Just in case something goes wrong, so I have at least 1 caster. But also we have tons and tons of units here. So let's break the siege. So now if things work out, both forces should attack simultaneously before the army sitting on top can storm Quedra. So if things go wrong, then we have 3 battles. First, the army in Hesperia against the giants, and if the giants win, then the giants against the army in Quedra, and if they still win, then whatever is left tries to storm the castle here, the fortification. And since our fortification has a lot of units, it could possibly be that even after the giants win 2 consecutive battles, that aren't enough left. As we've seen against our sacreds, at least, they die. So even if we take equal losses, we would still have a lot of units left. 155 units here in total, plus 96 here. Yeah, that's something like 200. Oh, how many were here again? Oh yeah. So let's say 230 against 80. 8, 6, 24. Yeah, that's almost 3-to-1 odds, and as we've seen, those kind of odds will result in many dead giants. It's only a question, I think, of how many of our guys have to die for our glory. So let's hope this works out as I've planned. And hey, if it's 2 battles one after another and there are surviving giants, it's probably for the best that there are 2 Twilight casters. Otherwise, one army would enter the battle with their magic seriously gimped. But that's then. Next, we have a fairly gigantic battle. Because, hey, why wouldn't he? He apparently believes his giants to be fairly strong. If I were him at this point, I would panic after seeing how the enemy's sacreds just stepped my giants without effort. And retreat back and of course move this giant army forward in an attempt to catch me unawares. But I think it's too late now. Well, I managed to set my timetable fairly easy and of course, holy shit, stop it. We don't need more. And here, we'll still, nope, no time for recruitment, huh? Let's add someone here. Can we not squeeze one in? Nope. Not enough recruitment points here. Well, let's see. We have some money left over, so we can splurge. This is defense 10, but of course no threat anywhere. That hurts me a bit because those units are better than I expected. But of course, without any way to get them out of that lake, they are also completely useless outside of defense. If I have not enough money left over later, possibly I put down here a temple or something and recruit some of them so I am not completely defenseless. This is of course more important. Too bad that we aren't an underwater nation, so we can build labs and temples underwater, but no fortifications. Because apparently the underwater units I've been recruiting get some kind of selective amnesia and forget how buildings work. It's very unfair. But it's dominions for you. No fairness, no balance. Only dominions. And that's it really. Next turn we take some more provinces. He is probably finally going to move. I have really no idea why he didn't get the chance to get his giant invincible army closer to us. He just stopped? No idea. And of course we smashed the small army and hopefully next time this big army. Research, how is it going? Yeah, it's going. I keep forgetting. View units controlling, view. I'm trying to find, oh yes, F9 was. Wanted to look at our drones. Yeah, we need 12 points and each drone in this game except those lesser ones give 1 and 1. The drone of the Pantocrator, named after the title the Supreme God of the Universe gets in the setting, gives 3 points. The tiny drones are almost all gone already to different players, and Abysia apparently got also the Throne of Dreams. And Riley Underwater got 2 level 2 dreams, and they have 5 points, and Abysia has 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So if they are the leaders, they're basically, I'm guessing they have hovered up all those thrones we saw. Well, apparently not, because those are close to Varnheim. Would be weird. Of course this is, oh, that's a lot. Shade Beast, Shadows, and there is a Atlatlu the Anunnaki. I think that's some kind of super mage, but I'm not ready yet to exploit anything here. Would probably be easier to wait until Vanheim cracks this nut and then later take it from our friend. Any more scouts I need to use sometimes? Nope. Well, nope. Not really. They're all either in position or not scouts. This scout I can use. There is a fortress here in the Great Dunes. I suppose a wasteland would not be useful for a fortress, as you can't recruit much there, but I suppose it makes sense if there are any magic sites. Let's go take a look down there. And that's it. Well, we see you next time, people, for some big battle action. And oh, I was the last one. Oh, I guess I got sidetracked by the eliminated and AI players. I really can't see this green really well here. Okay, new turn begins, and we have lots and lots of battling to be done. Jab 2024, a lot of mist, lot of blood, the mighty one, prayer of yours. Another throne has fallen. And no new magic sites. And now it gets interesting. Let's look at the less important battles. Malma, of course, fell immediately. Thank real dominions for telling me that this new turn has begun. Then we are back again in the Dead Forest. Again, nothing important here. Then in Hesperia we got 11 death camps, because found in the prime of the season. You mean in the dead of winter? Oh, I get it. Then in Vonga, a peddler was peddling his wares in the province when one of your agents discovered a few magic gems of various types among his glass pearls and buttons. They were swiftly and forcefully bought at this price. Gemmed holograms, principle of intoxication intended. So we get a bunch of random gems, and while it's always just 1 or 2, it's basically fucking everything except blood. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gems for 1 gold. Not shabby. Not a peddler. This poor peddler. In the Dead Forest, moderately damaged. Yeah, that's because it's my token force alone here. And now he finally gets a move on. Buddy, you took a long way to Rome here. Of course, we are now concentrating forces. Don't want to get smashed here. Our friends here, of course, can take some. Well, Quedra can stay here because she is stealthy, and this means if push comes to shove, she can just sneak out of the way. To be fair, this guy could do this alone, but he is of course a bit slowed down by all those slingers and these guys. So Koran, you go here and join up with the main army, while Quedra just stands around here looking unfriendly. Next turn he can either try to take Melmar back. I won't even bother putting any additional defense in for that reason. Or he could go northward or strike across the still frozen river, of course, into Kuna Eral. And then we have an army here. And I probably, if my army up there, yeah, okay. I'm curious, as you all are. I want to see how the battle in Quedra went. And we won. Phew, okay. We lost a lot of shit. But of course the enemy lost everything because there was not a single friendly province left after we cut off his retreat. So all those survivors here on the left side, those 20-30 left, the mages, they're all dead. They're all dead. They all died on retreat because of course Mekone's player didn't really get what I was doing when I took Dragon Scale Mountains for shits and giggles. Of course our Pegasus Riders are also all dead. But most importantly, oh no, not my Kappa Chief. Poor guy. As you can see, our mages did some killing of their own. More importantly, a large chunk of our units on all fronts survived. Our poor flying ponies didn't, but they also killed exactly 1 unit, so not exactly the best. I guess I'm lucky I can only recruit 1 per turn, if that's the outcome. And we lost 2/3 of our she warriors, and even a third of our 2 others. So yeah, it was a lot of killing, but eventually we killed so many giants that we turned them away. This also means that since I needed something like 7, 40, 20 and more than 3 to 1, now that means I need an army of, it's about 110, 250 or barely 400 to ensure that we win. Otherwise it could get messy. Well, let's take a look at how the battle went. Yeah, we are powering all up. We are blessing. They are powering up. They are powering up. Yes, Twilight is on. Twilight is on. Even a bit faster than I thought it would happen, since there are only just no casting group lure on my side. Okay, whoop, here. Yes, we have achieved Glamour level 3. Haha, with on spell we have powered them all up to 3. Now they should start blasting ephemerally. First, of course, lots of group blurring and flares off their side. Nothing yet hit. Just mages magicking at themselves. Oh, yes, of course, our flying horses. Completely forget. Whoops, I guess this is the poor guy they killed. Of course, they got the one who has no double path to buff them himself and is therefore just surplus to requirements. Oh yes, Gigantohoplite hits Pegasus Rider body with Golden Spear for 20 damage. Target was killed. And then it's a Pegasus alone, a poor horsey. And of course it's scared and wants to run away. Yeah, the mages are apparently firing right in here. He's even taking some damage, despite having some fire resistance. Nope, he doesn't. He hasn't. Huh. Okay, I guess one fire isn't enough for him to gain anything. So he gets some friendly fire. Are our mages doing anything now? It's all Pegasus Riders here. Pegasus Riders actions for a couple turns. And hey, they managed to actually kill him. Hey, that's nice, but then they are getting bombarded to death. Now it's one of the horses that died and the Pegasus Rider is alone now. On foot. And flying. I'm not seeing anything with our mages here. They don't have enough fatigue. And the main lines are still slowly walking towards each other. Now we are trying. Ah yes, we are hitting them, but of course they are really good protected, so only very lucky hits will do anything. They are far too sturdy for... Oh yeah, of course, but I wanted to stop the battle. Is it happening now? I see some magic flowing here over. No, it's still only the animal casting. Ephemeral Blast, finally it starts. So this is one of those ephemeral blasts. Of course, does not much. So mage bombardment starts. But apparently I underestimated how large the battlefield is. I guess I have to compress my lines for the next battle a bit, so I can take on the giants faster. Of course, all of this is called fake damage, false damage. It matters as long as the battle is running and as long as our mages are active. Well, did one of the giants just disappear? Yeah, our she-warriors don't do much. Oh, Kappa killing is at hand somewhere. Our Kappas didn't get blurred, sadly. The group blurs around enough. Well, it looks like our magic is about as effective as the enemies. Okay, nice to see our ephemeral blasts can do damage. And after that, a 12 warrior hits Banshee. Hit 12 warrior. Ah, that's funny. Okay, so instead of hitting the giants, our idiots are hitting our own guys. That's of course classic Dominions. Friendly fire. And considering we have magic resistance 14 and those guys have magic resistance 13, it's of course a bit incredible that there is this giant mass of giants and our idiots managed to blast our own side. Any more ephemeral blast damage? I see lots of our own side getting hit. It's incredibly just massive amounts of friendly fire damage. That's magic for you. Sometimes it does a lot of damage, sometimes it's as ineffectual as a vet cannon in the 16th century. So do we have some more blast damage? Oh, finally we managed to hit some of them. A short bow, 0 damage. And 13 damage for 1. False damage, Gigante. And as a reminder, false and real damage count together. It's just that you need better not die before all enemy mages are deleted, otherwise they're stay dead. But yeah, 13 points is 13 points. Could have been more, but... Ah yes, some of our warriors are repelled since they're gigantic, including their weapon length. But our magic does something. Finally. Yeah, this takes a while. Of course, eventually the giants will fatigue themselves out. Yeah, I mean, there's not much fatigue on our side, so eventually the giants will get very, very tired. Especially with the high encumbrance. Again, Gigante, 0 damage. Then one of ours, 0 damage. I guess they've resisted a lot. Oh, 1 point of damage. Gigante with golden spear, blast, 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 blast. Yeah, that's one of our getting killed. Oh, okay, now we got it here. Shilot hit Gigante again. Finally, no friendly damage here in the list. And even some of our 12 warriors get some hits in. 0 is of course they resisted the attack, and then 13, that's a nice high roll. But as you see, our fake magic can do something. And despite all its drawbacks, it's not a damage that can be resisted by anything. So those poor giants will eat the damage every time they fail their resist roll. Every time. Even though sometimes they roll really, really well. That's 4 times in a row they made that roll. Oh, one poor slinger is getting 31 points of damage killed. Okay, good. Again, an ephemeral blast. It's far too gigantic hit our poor boys. Well, don't actually do that much, luckily enough. And another She-Lord magic attack managed to do some minor damage. So it piles up. What's the rest of the battlefield like? Oh yes, they routed our poor Kappas and then hit our poor dying friends of the slingers. Here they are slowly winning. Here is not much happening except that they are eating so much magic that they soon will break, I assume. And then it repeats, and whoop, that was enough magic to kill some of them outright. If it weren't for the stupid friendly fire, I would call this an absolute deafening victory from magic. In the wider battlefield... Oh yeah, okay, that's probably a bit... Now I feel lucky that I actually put mainly heavily armored mages out. Yeah, those giants don't die easily. Of course, those are stupid enough to put themselves in mage range. And then you get hosed down the line up and down. And of course, our mage lords, our she-lords are fairly good in battle anyway. And here they run away. Not much over here. We'll keep raining down magic on those poor fellows. Fatigue 50. Yeah, they probably can't outlast our stupid defense class. It's amazing there's still some poor giants fighting here. It's fatigue 90, so that guy is basically dead. As soon as he hits 100, he takes a nap and then dies. And that's a fire elemental. So I guess some of the mages finally did something useful. Too late. The giants keep running away. And yep. While we weren't looking, some of the giants here died too. And are now running away. This battle is over. Yep. The sad thing is all those surviving giants and mages will now... could you please not? It's of course, again, most of our own units died to our own magic. And this one is now taking a nap. He's also crippled, so even if he wouldn't sleep right now, he would have some trouble. And he has only one hit point left. Fake or fake or real, it doesn't matter, he dies. Yeah, this guy is also deep asleep, and he is carrying some gems. Too bad we can't steal them. Instead he'll just die and drops him here into mud, never to be seen again. And now he gets stabbed 100 times. Only his giant armor protecting him. But whoops, he's dead. That's it. Oh yeah. Oh, wowie. That's amazing. It's of course even amazing that so many of our people died to our own magic. That's, I'm guessing, at least 20 guys we wouldn't have lost. But then again, the magic was really useful, as you saw, to grind those really hard to kill giants down a bit faster. Otherwise this could have gone easily the other way. After all, we already lost nearly a third of our really hard to kill two others. I'm just glad that those are 60 giants I will never have to see again. 40 dead immediately and the rest complete with the mages eliminated by game mechanics. Yeah, some of our guys retreated. Some of our squishier mages and Some of our sturdier mages all retreated into the fortification, and 22 units dispersed and 22 of them made it back. Which is fairly easy since there were 0 enemy provinces. So, it was an extremely hard-fought victory, but we've proven we can win even in the side of enemy mages. This is nice to know. Of course, now we have to combine all those forces and try the same thing again. And we need to keep on recruiting. Of course, no reason, we need more she-lords to get reliable stuff to do, and we need more sacreds. Oops. A she-warrior, and that's it. Yep. Well, why not? It's not like they're completely useless. They managed to make the enemy mages keep on hitting themselves for a while. That's worth it, at least. That's a couple turns less in dealing with their bullshit. Oh, that's funny. Some of the survivors ended up here. Oh yeah, kappa lappa ding dong. Yes, I got the right one. While we keep on piling up, guys, why not march around and collect some more survivors? Oh wow, we basically now have survivors in every single province. That's kind of funny if it weren't so tragic. But since I have all these guys, why not go on a collection spree? Oh, does work better than I expected, but it's probably still 2 turns for the people using Quedra as a hub. Yeah, now we're down to 100 here. Combining 135. Yeah, we have now approximately 200. Plus those units here, let's say 210. And of course I didn't give the long-handed any gams. Okay, that's stupid. So current, since it was so useful, take, let's see, 4 of them. After all, we only need 1. And experiment with the 1 gem for 1 mage. Yeah, it's not so useful. We need a barrage of as many mages as possible. We have 1, 2, 3. Quedra could join us if we wanted to. After all, we need at least... Oh yeah, of course. We now have the problem of not enough blessings. I guess we have to retreat sooner or later. You don't have to stay here, really. You can go here and sneak, please. There are still some provinces not magic up. Well, maybe I'm lucky. Yeah, well, of course, if I'm moving everyone out here and in front of an enemy at once, I don't need to recruit anything here. Yeah, that's more useful up in my main castles. Up here we need those guys. Oh, wait. I'm being stupid again. Those first, then she-warriors. Whoops, and some slingers to fill up. Let's grow another army here. Oh wow, I'm unlucky again. Nature 3 is useful, but this means we need to take one of our sorceresses with us if we want to have any ability to mega mage cast. Let's give our more important units some guards. And then let's continue raising another army here. Looks like we could need it to bash down this new force of giants. Oh, okay. Rory Llewellyn still has enough gems left over here. It's of course, as we know, a bit overkill since we didn't need all those gems in the first place. Let's reduce numbers somewhat. She needed about 2. So that should be enough for several battles. Yeah, our line's a bit drawn out now. I'm keeping everything a bit closer together now. Ah, poor nose. First off, we need some more units for our frontline squadrons. Have to reduce stuff here, and now we have yes, some of those. Huh. Didn't have any left over. Well, Rob, you have get another bait squad. Well, let's keep them a bit closer to the back line. A bit more supportive. This mage lady, please get in here. Of course, this makes the line more vulnerable against massed enemy magic if the casters come close enough. But let's face it, it's probably even worse if they manage to get fucking killed by giants bashing their heads in. Okay, there is apparently some squadron of only 2 she-warriors somewhere. Oh, yeah. Of course, those were supposed to be guards. Ha, whoops. Now we have this bait squad in the middle. Let's leave it there and put those in the flanks, since they're one of the bigger ones. Up, 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 and those in front. I know it's everything a bit compact. We still have 100 units and tons of mages. So let's see. I really hope I can avoid a major battle until everything is together, because those giants' tail took a lot of beating. I'm basically baiting him here, because if he stays here, then he will be highly tempted to stay, because the fortification will just immediately crack open with that many giants, and then he can either stay and retake his fort or allow us graciously to combine all our forces in the mountains here. Otherwise it would get painful. We then have to really hope we can pull this off with just about 200 to his 100. Yeah, lots of maneuvering. We did win our first major battle of the war, but the enemy still has 100 giants left. And he's assembling a new, bigger force. So what we have to do is we have to bash his fucking head in and then recruit more and more and more. Let's see, we need more units, but also more mages. Too bad mages are rather expensive. Let's recruit assassins here. As Glamour 2 mages, they are always useful to have. And then some backup here. And let's see what next turn brings. What is here going on? Ah yes, Evocation 5. That was... my memory is... oh yes, Illusory Army. That could be nice. They probably hit not much, but 20 guys hitting is even more useful than where the shit we already have. And fatigue cost 100. It's another spell for a really big mage, I suppose, so I don't have to waste ephemeral blasts. And hey, more giants means more targets for the spells, so I'm probably really starting to lay waste them. 147. Yeah, that will take a while. Something like 5 to 6 turns, since I am assembling all my mage forces in one go here. It doesn't help. She... ah yes, there's still something left here. On the eastern coast there are still... well, okay. That's it for this turn. You've done everything, looked up everything and won a battle. And some skirmishes. The war continues. Libluini out.